If you learn how to spot these setups, I can guarantee your trading results will increase a lot. Today, we're diving into two powerful patterns that every trader must know: ascending and descending triangles. These setups can give you a clear edge in predicting price movement and timing your entries like a pro. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to identify these patterns with confidence and take your trading to the next level. So let's dive into it. Here I have IWM in the 15-minute time frame. So remember, the higher the time frame, the more these levels will respect and the more accurate these breaks are going to be. So as you can see, these are two trades that I took. One was yesterday and one was today. This one from today, as you can see, it generated me 200% returns in about 30 minutes. So how do I identify this? What I'm looking for is for a initial move. Normally the first candle on the 15-minute will kind of tell me what direction that break is going to be towards. So let's just start from the one from today. So as you can see, we open here today, first 15-minute candle, big rejection of the trend line. And this trend line is at a 1-hour trend line. As you can see, it connects the top here on the previous days. It tries once, it tries twice, and price cannot break above it. So next candle, we just have this massive flush here, making a new low, and then we start consolidating. So a few things to notice. As you can see, price is consolidating going up. Volume here on the bottom is at the same time going down, which is always a good sign. So if you see pricing going in one direction and volume going the other direction, we are expected to have a break. So volume moving down, price moving up, all we wait is for the break. And as you can see here, there are two ways people can draw this trend line here. So first we have the resistance line. So this area here, you can see the price cannot move above it. Every time it touches this line, it moves back below towards the trend line. So this is a very clear resistance line. So this is the top of the triangle. So if price breaks above it, we could have taken this trade to the upside. However, as price is consolidating inside this triangle, all we wait is for the break below the trend line. I know some people, they like to draw the trend line on the body of the candles. And what works for me is drawing the trend line on the wicks. So I always use the wicks and not the body. I know some people, they can use the body. It might work for them. You can see it's the same idea, but I prefer using the wicks. And one important thing, we only take the trade if the candle, what we call the breakout candle, is taken out. So let's say we had this trend line like this, which was the trend line that I had initially. So we have one touch here, two touches here, three touches. And on the fourth touch, this candle started breaking down. But if you had taken this trade here, while this candle was breaking down, we would have been stop it out or fake it out if your stop loss wasn't above this level. Because this candle, at some point, it was all the way down here, but it pushed all the way back. Buyers step in and push the price back inside the triangle. So this is a fake out. And as I said, I always like to wait for this candle to be my entry point. So as I go, as price is going, I adjust my trend line. So now I have my trend line on this wick. So I have this wick and this wick. And you can see this happens the same in here and here. So one thing to notice, every time we come to the trend line, we got rejection, we got buyers stepping in. However, buyers are not able to break above this price here. So here we show a lot of sellers, and sellers are stronger. So what we wait is just for the break candle. And the break candle happens on this one. We got a big selling candle crossing the trend line, and we do not enter the trade until this candle here is taken out. And what I mean by taken out, I use the body, the wick of this candle here, the bottom, which would be right here as an entry. So below this level is my entry. So as you can see, price come here, go a little bit back up, and then we flush down. And from here, I enter these positions. And it was a little late in the day. It was like about 3 o'clock. I had some 221 contracts. So these contracts move pretty quick. And as you can see, once again, 200% returns in 2 candles in 30 minutes. So once again, this is a very good setup. And the risk to reward is amazing because it's a whole move down against just, we can use this candle as a stop loss, the same entry candle. But as you can see, it's still almost 1 to 2 risk to reward here. Thus, it's an amazing trade opportunity for us. And I always use my first candle, my first wick here as my target level. So as you can see, this is where I drew my trend line, and this is where the price came, and this is where I exit for, once again, the 200%. And as you can see, yesterday happened the same thing. So we have and yesterday was very trappy. So we got like all price moving down and go push it back up, and we kept on getting this, all these wicks, which is pretty annoying, not gonna lie. But if we had your system, your system tells, okay, so we have our resistance line here on the top. Price cannot go above it. You can even use here this level, as this is a pre-market level and is a little kind of above this trend line, but we can use this because this is where they reject again, and we use the wicks. So this wick, it breaks to the downside, and this is the entry. Our breakout candle is this candle. So what do? We just wait for price to come below it. Price comes below on this one, so this is our entry. It pushes all the way back down, kind of puts on a drawdown a little bit, but then from here on, it's just a whole move to the one side. And this was another 180 something percent trade that I took. But as you can see, these are very great setups, and this is my bread and butter setup. Even on higher time frames or on higher patterns, as you can see, if we could have done this, we could have used this one as a breakout candle, or even this one here as a breakout candle. If we have kept this as a wick or this as a wick, this would be our entry. Price move it all the way back to the target. Regardless where the entry was, the target was hit here today, right? And there are many of these setups. Here I had another one that I taken. Simple. We have all the wicks, we have our trend line, and the break, it's where we take it. So learn how to spot these patterns, learn how to take the entries, learn how to take the exits, and I can guarantee you that your trading P&L is gonna look amazing. Till the next one, guys.